everything, as I said before, is, as Schoenberg said, about repetition and variation. So you've got these two elements being handled very skillfully through the song. We go through this sustained, reconciled version of the duet recitative, and then we have the two voices in thirds together. I hope you're happy, my friends. So we have this, what jazz musicians would call a tritone substitution. It's a perfect cadence, but with an augmented fourth below in the bass, D flat, and then we're in C major, my friend, and these pulsing fourths, and then again these fourths building up these suspensions, and then we land on the final verse. So Elphaba sings the final verse, varied again, so there's a plagal cadence into that. So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. So the melody's different. And someone told me lately. Now, the someone who's told her this is the Wizard of Oz himself, who in his previous song, A Sentimental Man, sings this phrase, everyone deserves the chance to fly. So that phrase has been sung to her by the Wizard of Oz, and it's rather marvellous the way it's interpolated here into the song. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly, and off she goes about flying and so on, into the final chorus, which is very triumphant, and leading into this marvellous coda, where the chorus, in a very Puccinian manner, bursts in with, look at her, she's wicked, with these sort of medieval style organum parallel faiths. And then that leads into this, so we've got to bring her, we get these polychords, as if the orchestra is being torn apart. Stravinskyan polychords, actually. C major in the right hand, F in the left, E flat in the right, E flat in the left, C in the right, D flat in the left. That's a pretty dissonant chord, and then resolving on D, so you get this marvellously tense effect. And of course she's singing about how no wizard that there is or was is ever going to bring me down. So she's singing about not being brought down, and they're singing about bringing her down. So you've got the collision of those two elements. And of course, this is a moment where she's sung a song of liberation, which immediately activates the hostile response. This is what happens in life. When you come out in some sort of dramatic way, you encounter the opposition. And she does. Now, Puccini style effect, I'll show you the reference. If you look at the end of Tosca, the marvellous moment where Tosca, her lover, has been shot, and she flings herself famously from the balcony. The chorus is getting very animated. There's all sorts of sort of chaotic elements going on around her, and then she flings herself off the balcony, not defying gravity at all, in fact the opposite, but it seems to me to be a similar effect. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour around Defying Gravity by Stephen Schwartz. If you've got a question that you want to put to us, please do so, and we'll try to respond, maybe even make a video about it. And please like, share and subscribe. If you're feeling generous, please donate to Patreon. The details are below.